What's up, tricksters and tricksetas? I scared you a bit. And welcome to another free VOD review presented by our favorite reading coach, Charlatano Papito. Today at our coaching table, we have one dear friend of mine called Old Man Gamer. Yes, he is old. Yes, he is pushing actually 40s. But he is actually improving quite a lot. And with a huge potential. A youngster, bro. So he's playing Jett in Diamond 1 lobby, Platinum 1, Diamond 1, that range, and on Pearl. On Pearl, as you can see right now. So I'm just gonna give you a bit of a backstory. Old Man Gamer, I did 1 month coaching with him, so right now I'm just doing a brief checkup, you know. I'm not gonna be sharing that much stuff with you because I'm gonna be talking with him in private later. We're just gonna focus on his Jett gameplay on Pearl. And he went from Silver 1 to Diamond 1 in a really short amount of time. And he has a potential to reach Immortal without any problems. Now, he's probably not gonna get to Immortal in the next, like, 2 months or something like that. But a potential is there. A potential is there, and I think during this year, minimum Immortal 3. Minimum. Like, that's bare minimum. So, basically, you know, I'm not gonna leak too many things. You know, he got Diamond 1.
Motherfucker.
He got... Later. He got Diamond 1, like, around a month ago. But now he's playing on, as far as I know, his second account. Basically, when I coach players in Valorant, I always force the players to have a main account and a second main account as well. Now, the reason is very simple. When you have two, it is far easier and better grinding competitive games on 2 accounts. Basically, you keep one account as a fuck around account where you just spam the games whenever, and you have a second account where you just play with full focus, 100%, you know, focus, willpower to win, etc, etc. Also, like, having multiple accounts is really good to fix a lot of the stagnation problems, mental problems, MMR problems, ranked problems, matchmaking problems, which I've explained in, I think the video is called, like, how to actually improve in Valorant. I think that is the name of the video. Like, I'm maybe gonna put it in description. So yeah, overall, not bad. You know, like, even on this second fresh account, you're pushing hard towards Diamond. We can definitely perform a bit better than what you're doing right now. Old Man Gamer, just keep in mind that every single stat of yours, such as ADR, KD, KST, it's okay, it's good. You know, especially ADR and KD are optimal to reach Ascendant 1 without any problems. But some of the problems that we have here is obviously your mechanical skill. You know, we need to work on that still, and I really hope that you're doing the aim training that I share with you every single day. When it comes to mechanical improvements, like, I expect to see some significant results in 2 months from now. So just keep on grinding and it's gonna get better 100%. And when it comes to KST, that's also a bit underwhelming. Like, there's still plenty of rounds where you die alone, where you die without refrag, where you die without any team play, and we'll see today, you know, what's actually happening there. When it comes to agents that you play, you can pretty much stick, you know, to what we worked on and what we did during our 1 month coaching, you know, because things are looking better, much better, compared to when you were Silver 1, for an example. I don't know what the fuck is this, bro. Like, what is this, bro? Like, why are you doing A to Z series, man? Like, you know, if I have to suffer, playing every agent to Radiant, you don't need to do that, bro. Like, you know, fuck all of this, bro. Like this ruined your win rate practically on this account by quite a lot, and probably your consistency. I was hyped watching you. You need to stop, man. Like, it's just, you know, it's just like when you play so many agents in Valorant. I appreciate the mental support. But consistency is impossible when you do this. Like, it's just impossible to be always in the same motion, to have some kind of a structure in your gameplay, in your playstyle that is just a bit criminal. I'm not gonna lie. So just, you know, stick to the agents that we talked about. You know, mainly Jett, Omen, and Chamber. Like, for example, Chamber you just played for 2 matches. I don't know why we gave up on that agent. But yeah, you know, not bad. This hack started really strong, really good. Maybe if you didn't fuck around, maybe we would have had a bit higher win rate than 50%. So yeah, you know, good performance on a second account. I expect that this second account is gonna get into Diamond 1 until the end of this act. And also, what I would recommend to you is that please just play when you feel 100% ready to play. You know? Because I see that during some days you play like 10 matches, 7 games. Like, when you feel ready to play, just play. And also, you know, I kind of told you that on this second account, you should just play 1 game per day, where you feel 100% focused to win and perform. I don't know why did you spam so many matches, but okay, you know, things are looking better, performance is there, solo carry potential, not really. We need to see why, you know, why you're still struggling and suffering to have like a 55 to 60% win rate. But considering that a few weeks, few months ago you were Silver 1, and that's where we started, like, good shit, good soup. Also, what I need to tell you, man, like, is because he is in the chat right now, he is the Abu Faiz Al Q8. My bad. I told you to spam me with the clip reviews. You know, like that is very important. That is very important, my friend. Like, and we didn't do that many clip reviews. You didn't really abuse my anal cavity as much as okay, that sounds really bad, but you didn't abuse my use me in a non-sexual way. Like, you know, let's try to do some clip reviews. Let's see why do you struggle in different situations, what you can do better in different sequences in the game, because that's the only way to improve you as fast as possible. You know, like, that's basically the main perk of my coaching compared to any other private coach. You have my 24/7 support. If you don't know how to play something, you don't know how to do something better, you don't understand why did you die, why did you lose, why did you win, let's talk about it. The more topics we cover, the more scenarios we cover, it's gonna be easier for you to develop a proper mindset and repetition in your gameplay that's gonna get you to medium elo as soon as possible. But okay, I'm not gonna dive too deep into this tracker. Like, he is more than capable of getting Diamond 1 this act without any problems. We need to take a deeper look into your mechanics still. Like, I want to see what's the problem right now, and I just hope that, you know, you're doing the aim training that I gave to you. I don't know, you know, I just don't know. In eco rounds we're kind of shit still. Like, we still need to put some focus in eco rounds. We need to find more ways to trade ourselves for a kill. I don't know what is with the Odin arc. I respect it, but I would rather see Operator here instead of the Odin, you know, and maybe Stinger, Judge, Bucky, bandit, sheriff, shorty, outlaw, you know. For example, the weapons that you're still underusing a lot are the martial, bucky, outlaw, and shorty. Like and stinger as well, to be honest. But shorty, outlaw, and bucky and martial, like you can probably apply them a bit more to get some free kills, to trade yourself for some kills. Like there must be a moment of time in your gameplay where these weapons are actually the solution. Other than that, let's see what our friend is doing on Pearl, and we can instantly start with a Pearl VOD review. Okay, chat, I'm instantly gonna give you the prediction. Does he win a first round? Let's do that as a first prediction. Will he win the first round? In the first round? Yes, no, 2 minutes. Gamble chat, because if you earn, you know, when you watch the streams and when you gamble as well, you can earn the coins for free VOD reviews, tracker reviews, like $10 Valorant points and everything else. Hi Charlatan, I just ranked down from Platinum 1 to Gold 3 and now I'm at my dream game to Gold 2. I just had a 2-hour pause. Should I play again? Rest a bit. Rest a bit. You're not in a mental state to like to play right now. Take a break, come back stronger, maybe do some kind of a training, you know, like Goku, and that's it. When you're on a losing streak in Valorant, like the things can just go very, very bad, very, very bad. That's why I made a break right now from ranked. Like we were 1 game away from Radiant, 1 game away, and then we lost 16 matches out. We lost 15 matches out of 20. So just stop, reset yourself for a few weeks, and come back stronger. Now, when it comes to like, when it comes to Pearl and this match, so first of all, let's talk about the map. On the defender side of Pearl, your default bomb site, number 1 priority, B site. Number 2 priority, A site. But you don't give a shit about B site and A site control on Pearl. What does that mean? That means that in every full buy round, you're never, or in pistol round as well, you're never willing to die alone trying to defend the bomb sites alone against the enemies. If you have teammates with yourself, you should fight with them, of course. But if you're alone defending the site, your job is just to try to get 1 or 2 safe picks on as many different angles and off angles as possible and tight positions. Slowly move back and wait for the retake. Now, on this map, just a moment, bro. Just a momento mori. Now listen. On this map, you always value the mid control over the A set and B set control. Whenever enemies are pressuring you in art, connector, and B-link, help your teammates out. Play with them. Especially if you see that at the start of the round, your teammates might have the tendencies to peek the doors and art. Play with them. Once you clear the mid and take the mid control, you have various different options and a lot of information that you can work with. Now, what's also important on this map, that we should play a bit more semi-aggressive in the main areas of the map. Like basically, whoever is starting on the B site, that player needs to have a clean sight onto this cross. Like I cannot get information on A site that enemies are pushing B when the enemies reach this position. Same goes for the A set as well. If you're starting A, it doesn't matter if you play shotguns. Like this needs to be your starting position if you want to play a bit more passively. Just a tight angle to get the information so that I know when should I rotate. And also, you know how you should position based on how many enemies you see, and maybe you get a kill, maybe you one-tap the enemies in the head, Maybe not, it doesn't matter. Information is very important. Now, when it comes to team compositions, your team comp, not the best, not the worst. You know, it's like whatever. For Pearl, we have a Chamber as a solo sentinel, so the Chamber should every single goddamn round put his trademark in the B-link right here. And that is something that you need to correct on the defender's side, to tell the Chamber to put the trademark there. The only times when he should have a trademark on B site, art, or A site is if we're not defending these areas of the map at all. We're just leaving them open. Now, when it comes to the enemy team comp, we definitely need to track the enemy's ultimates, because they have 3 agents that have 3 big ultimates, and based on the patterns of pushing, how many points they need for the ultimate, it is so easy to predict what the enemies will do next, just based on these 3 ultimates right here. When it comes to, you know, double initiator comps, you really need to play a bit more aggressively towards the main areas of the map. Like, we cannot allow the Gecko and Fade to reach this position and this position without using at least one dog, flash, wingman, reveal, something. And in the best case scenario, we should make them waste like 30% of their utility, 30 to 40% of their utility, before they reach the choke points. Claw, whatever, you know, like, is whatever. And Killjoy, like, is also whatever, you know, like, because they have a Killjoy, going for some early flanks and early lurks is not really an option if you're doing it alone. It's just a waste of time. You know, you're gonna be revealed anyways, so it's just pointless. But going for some double flanks is not a bad idea, because in every low elo and medium elo, to be honest, like in every rank, it's really hard to predict if enemies are going for a solo flank or a double flank, for an example. Yeah, so let's start this match. In the first round of Pearl, you should always play in the B link like this. Always. And you're just playing fast rotations between A, Art, and B. Generally speaking, you always want to start in B link or Art when you have no idea what the enemies are going to do next, and whenever enemies are playing some kind of an eco or hull by round on the attacker's side. 80% of times, the first contact between your team and enemy team will happen around the doors, B-Link, and Art. Now, in this first round with Jett, you really have a lot of buy options, and it's really up to you. Like, first buy option is, you can go with a classic light shield and 2 smokes. Fine, if you prefer the classic. You can go with a ghost and 1 smoke. You can also go for the bandit and 1 smoke as well. The choice is yours. The only weapons that I would not buy is shorty. No reason to get it. Like, there's nowhere where we can use the shorty to get a free kill. Frenzy, don't buy the frenzy unless you're a pro player. And sheriff, a bit of waste of money, you know. I think that bandit now is better for the first round on Pearl than sheriff, if you already want to have a one-tap weapon on almost every range in the first round. So, let's see what our friend Old Man Gamer is gonna do. Ghazi Hamada. Let's see. Okay, we jumped. Bandit and smoke buy. Respectable. Streamer, I made a... Just a second. Streamer, I made a second account and it plays higher rank than my main. And I'm getting fucked every game, so I stopped playing on it. It's good that you're getting fucked. Like, basically, you learn faster as a player and develop faster as a player if you're playing against better players. Keep playing on that account, why not? You know, self-improvement is the only thing that matters in Valorant. When you're below, like, below Immortal. Like, literally, rank doesn't matter because it is so easy in this game to go from Iron 1 to Immortal 1. Like, literally, it is so easy once you actually learn how to play the game and how, you know, how to get better. Like, you actually get better, sorry. Does VPN work? I have no idea. Okay. Let's see what our friend prepared for us today. Abandoned by. Can be good. Can be good. We definitely need to be on alert. Let's see which fights he takes. How did you learn about business? By having 15 different businesses in the last 15 years of my life. Okay, so based on how our teammates are starting, what can we notice immediately on the minimap? Like, when you're starting the rounds of Valorant, no matter what type of idea you have, no matter how you wanna play them, you consistently need to adapt to the fucked up ideas of your teammates. So, based on this positioning, from Clove and Reyna, there's gonna be a bloodbath in the mid area of the map. And personally, right now, I would probably start in Art, being ready to play with the Reyna. Because Reyna is in a bit more danger than a Clove if Clove gets a fight from the doors. But it literally doesn't matter who we fight with. We just need to fight here. We just need to fight. And no matter if you fight with a Clove or Reyna, it's a good play, good decision. But we need to fight. Stop typing at the start of the round! Stop shuffling your knife! Bro, Reyna is speaking! Let's pray. Amenodore, amenodorime. Okay. Prayage worked. She didn't die. Not yet, though. What are we doing right now? Can we start playing the game? Average knife and skin spectating, player be like. Checking Facebook. Actually, Audacity, thank you for the Prime Gaming sub, man. And thank you for scamming Jeff Bezos. Enjoy the playbook. Thoughts on the Reyna nerf. Happy 2 months. I really don't see a reason why would you play a Reyna right now instead of ISO, for an example. Like, even if you don't enjoy ISO, like ISO and Phoenix are now just 2 to 3 times better than Reyna. So yeah. Now listen, chat. He is not the only guy making a mistake here. Like, how are Gecko and Chamber started, giving us 0 informazione in B main and A main area of the map, is also horrendous. But you already got all of the info that you needed. So enemies are not mid. Now you just need to make a gamble. Do we play with Gecko or with a Chamber? And I would probably move towards the Gecko here, because Chamber still has a teleport, and Clove and Reyna are ready to wrap the enemies and do something. So we need to move right now. We're just wasting our time. We literally wasted 25 seconds of a round, not supporting the Reyna, shuffling the knife, and also our teammate's positioning is just criminal. Dash ability is activated way too soon. Like, way to get closer to the enemies, you know? Like, you activate the dash ability when there's like at least 5% of chances for you to get in a fight with the enemies. There's no chance you fight the enemies right now. Mid is clear. Enemies just started pushing B. Wait until you reach, you know, this position at least, before you decide whether you want to activate a dash ability. Because we just might waste it right now. You know? Like, enemies still didn't start the push. Maybe enemies are faking. Maybe they're gonna go back. And we might not have enough time to use this dash ability to take a fight. Bro, what's happening, man? You didn't play like this 3 weeks ago. Like, what is this smoke and dash? First of all, that smoke, completely unnecessary. Second of all, dash ability completely wasted. Go.
I think.
Like, if you already wanted to do something here, you just should have played with the chamber and pick the beam and together with the chamber.
Yeah.
He has to be eating. Probably my guy is like just he's just chilling, bro. Like.
Spike planted.
Okay. Listen. Whenever you're playing with your teammates, and whenever you're scaling up somewhere with your teammates, you should always cover the angles that your teammates are not covering. And this is like your numero uno priority when you're taking the fights with your allies and taking the space. Your gecko is quite literally here. You cannot get killed from this position. Like, there's nobody there. Your only job is to hold the peak from the dugout. Unless, you know, you're gonna surprise me with some insane flick. Good crosshair placement is 50% of mechanical skill in Valorant. 50% of your potential of getting a kill. Pay attention on this, please.
Art.
Also, another thing I don't like here is how carelessly you approached this area of the map. How do you know that no one is here? I have zero idea. Where are the enemies right now? They took A site a long time ago. Like, whenever you lose information in some area of the map for more than 3 seconds, 3 seconds or more, you should always behave towards that area of the map like the enemies will be there and can be there. So we should have cleared all 3 of these positions, either with a jump spot or by jiggle peeking them.
Here.
Okay, this should be a W. We have a smoke for the spike. This should be a W, to be honest. I really hope that you got the info from the minimap and that you realize that your Reyna died in art from the Killjoy. So we need to be aware when it comes to this guy. Basically, you know, when should you check the minimap in Valorant? And when should you, you know, move your eyes away from the crosshair? The best moment of time to do that is when something happens, either on minimap or on the kill feed. Someone dies somewhere, or someone gets a kill somewhere. Check a minimap for 1 second. Get that information for yourself. On minimap, you see some color that should not be there. Arena Lear, for an example. Check the minimap, see what's happening. That's gonna give you enough info that you can work with to maybe get easier fights, to position yourself better, to start rotating faster, etc, etc.
One enemy remaining.
Yeah, I knew they're gonna win this round as soon as the club, you know, smoke the spike, because these players are just terrible at finding players through the smokes. But this round was a complete clusterfuck when it comes to decision making, you know, and when it comes to team play as well. Like, Here, we had to support the Reyna. Then, we wasted a smoke and dashed for nothing. Don't use your abilities if you're not gonna take a fight with the enemies, or you don't know if you're gonna take a fight. Then, here, you're holding the angle that is already being held. Hold the dugout. You know, hold the peek through the CT. Then, we come to this position. How do you know that nobody's here? Jump spot the enemies. Get the info. Then you come here, you just swing out when the enemies can be on 3, 4, 5 different locations. Bam, 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 bam. Zero information. Get the info. Play Valorant by being a bit more paranoid. You know, that is the absolute best way to play Valorant. Ranked solo queue. Like, you have a serious problems with paranoia. Not the Omen paranoia, but the real paranoia. Like, be paranoid that enemies can always be everywhere, anywhere, as long as you don't have information for them. That is how you're never gonna get surprised if enemies do something unpredictable, because it's never unpredictable if you're ready for these fights.
One enemy remaining.
Okay. Now, whenever you win the first round of Pearl, and you move into the second round, second anti-eco round, you should always play that round in the same way that you play the first one as well. If your teammates want to be aggressive in mid, support them. If your teammates want to play passively, mainly lock yourself onto defending the B-Link or Art, and play fast rotations between A site and B site. Because in the second round, enemies will 80% of times do something on mid. Like, this is where the highest danger lies in this specific round, that your teammates are going to make some kind of a mistake and die. We need to be ready for that. Also, we have absolutely no idea where the enemies are actually going to go and what type of pattern they're going to use. So, the best gamble is start on mid, keep the Art, Link, and Connector control, and just do fast rotations. That's it. Prediction. Oh, these guys are hungry, man. Hungry for the channel points. Oh, wait. 84% of you didn't believe in Old Man Gamer. Unlucky. Okay, next prediction. Do they win the... Do they win the first full by round? The fourth round? Yeah, 1 minute. So, with the Jett, what you can do in this second round, like, you can maybe get the Outlaw with the best possible shield and smoke, and just, you know, lock in the B-Link or lock in the Art, and just play fast rotations. You can also get the Marshal, especially, you know, if you save the Bandit from the first round, you can combine the Bandit with a Marshal, Heavy Shield, and Utility, or maybe only one smoke, if you want to save the money for the Operator in the round number 4 or 5. That's how we save the money for the op. Option number 3, you can get a Stinger or Spectre, because anyways you have a long range weapon, which is the Bandit, so you don't need to buy a Bulldog, Guardian, or some shit like that. Shotguns on Pearl, a bit risky investment this early on. We first need to see, you know, how the enemies are taking the space, how they're scaling up, and we need to see if we can actually use the shotguns in any way. The best possible buy option right now would probably be combining the Bandit with a Stinger, Heavy Shield, and one smoke. Just holding the Link and playing fast rotations left and right. This is a really bad decision. Really, really bad decision. Like, based on average players' tendencies in ranked solo play, based on the raw coaching data, chances that enemies go B right now is less than 20%. Like, less than 20% in this rank. So, this is a huge gamble. It might work, but I don't really have high hopes. Also here, listen. Buying the Outlaw is fine. Buying the Outlaw is fine. Whoa. Buying the Outlaw is fine. But what you should have bought here is the following.
You see?
You should have bought the Outlaw with a smoke. With a smoke and light shield. Like, having at least one smoke with a Jett is very important. You know, because smoke allows you to cover yourself up, to isolate the fights, to go for the retakes, to escape unwanted situations. You know, fuck the Regen Shield. To be honest, like, right... Regen Shield is literally a waste of money, like, 99% of time. Literally, that doesn't do anything. So, just get the Outlaw, get Light Shield, get all of the utility, and that's it. Now, the initial positioning here is, once again, horrible. Like, so, when you're playing on a defender side, on any bomb site, any map, what is your number one priority? Your number one priority is to use some kind of a strategy that is gonna potentially give you a free kill by abusing a specific weapon, specific setup, specific set of utility. Now, number two priority, if you already don't have any specific plan how you can fuck up the enemies, or you don't have enough information to do that, is abusing as many different locations, safe locations, to potentially get a kill and deal some damage. Like, when you position yourself on the B set of Pearl, you never want to take the elbow as your starting position. Almost never. Because this should be like your last position that you play. There's so many other good angles and off angles, especially with movement agents, that we can use to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kills before the enemies even reach the choke point. And all of these fights are super safe. For an example, you know, we can position here to potentially dodge the Gecko's flesh and to potentially get one kill. Then we drop down, reload, dash ability, let's try to get one more kill. Then we can updraft here, take this as an off angle, take this as another angle, or take this as another, you know, safe off angle with a drop. We take another fight, smoke, we get into the elbow. Then another safe angle is this one, for an example. We can just go for a small jiggle pick fight or hold a tight angle, bam. One more shot. And this is the location where we can take as a last spot to play with our teammates and to kill the enemies. But this can never be your first spot that you play. You're just limiting yourself so much when it comes to your repositioning and general positioning as you're defending the site. Anyways, in this round, what you should have done, you should have played with your Reyna and fight on mid with your Reyna. Like, even if the enemies do go B or they play default, I highly doubt that your chamber with the Outlaw is gonna die, you know, in this range. And with a teleport. Yeah, bro, this chamber's teleport, man. Like, also, the first one teleport was also criminal. The first one teleport, but this one, like, what is this teleport for, like? Once again, an absolute waste of a dash ability. Listen, when you're holding tight angles, you don't need to activate a dash ability to fight the enemies here. Like, you're very safe. Mega safe. You know, your chances of dying by holding this type of an angle in between Iron 1 and Ascendant 3 is below 10%. Below 10%. You just go for one shot, then a second jiggle peek shot, reload, and then you can maybe use a dash ability, but even then it's stupid. You know, you can just use your smoke to reposition, and now get onto this angle. Or if your teammates are playing aggressively, then we should use a dash ability if we need to peek out and take some kind of a 50-50 fight. Only for the 50-50 fights, you should be using a dash ability on a defender's side. But this is not 50-50, this is like 90-10, you know, 70-30. You have like 10 to 20% of chances to die here, which 10%, because enemies are equal hull by. There's no way that you die. You don't need a dash ability for this type of a fight. Now listen, you know, we killed this Jett in the B-main. Jett was the only player that was in the B-main. Our Reyna killed one enemy in mid. So, you know, when your team has killed one guy on mid and one guy on B-main, chances are pretty high that enemies just defaulted, you know, that they're spread across the map. So right now, you should definitely be rotating towards your Reyna in connector and gambling that enemies are either art, the remaining enemies, are either art or already on the A site. Like, based on the locations where you kill different enemies, like, you can already kind of tell where the enemies are going to end up and what are they going to do. Anyways, Gecko and Chamber are playing together on a refrag potential, so, you know, Arena and Clover are alone, and we need to help them out. Can we go? Can we move? Now listen, this is also a pretty, you know, bad decision making as well. You know that remaining two enemies are mid. And enemies are playing an eco hull by round. Why do you position yourself in a one and done angle with a bandit when you already have the outlaw? Like, you can simply just, you know, play this position here, hold it with outlaw, get one kill, then get the second kill. Or if enemies somehow have a heavy shield, you know, get one kill and then pull the bandit for a second fight. Or position like this with the outlaw, go for one tap, and then pull out the bandit to finish off the enemies. Why are you relying to get a kill with a bandit when we already know that enemies are playing some kind of a light buy? There's no way that they have a heavy shield. And we can just one tap them with the outlaw.
One enemy remaining.
Even here, for an example, like, there's no way that this Gecko has a full shield. Just no way. Pull out the outlaw and finish this round with one body shot. Make your life easier. You know, I don't know, why do you fight hard when you can just when you can just fight easily and smart? And once again, I don't know, why do you position yourself in this type of a way in a 3v1? You know, why do you consistently position yourself in a way where you need to take some kind of a 50-50 fight in a one and done angle? In a 3v1 numbers advantage in an anti-eco round. Just hold this position, hit that Gecko once, and then with just body shot, you can finish him off with a bandit. If he somehow has a heavy shield. Fight smart, not hard.
Nice.
Okay, for already 3 rounds, so in that last round, like, so what do we know thus far? We know that enemy killjoy always lurks and play alone, so we need to take that as a note. And, you know, whenever we don't see the killjoy on the map, we should expect her, you know, in some off-road behind us and some area of the map that was left open. When it comes to the enemy's pattern of pushing, in the first round they kind of faked B and go A. In the second round, they wanted to go B, but then they stopped for some reason. So in this third round, like, because we really don't have any info what the enemies are doing, we can rely on the information of what are our teammates doing. You know, like, when you don't have an idea how, you know, where to start, how to play, how to counter the enemies, you can simply focus yourself on compensating the mistakes of your teammates, or compensating the aggressive plays of your teammates. So, 2 rounds in a row, Arena was fighting mid, and peeking mid area of the map consistently from the art. That's a very dangerous fight, taking it alone, especially in this bonus round. So, the best idea right now is to fight with Arena. And if we don't see any enemies here, anyways, we're gonna get a lot of the info of what we should be doing next. So we are not wasting our time in any way. I'm not gonna comment again on your initial positioning. You should be abusing more off angles, elevated positions, tight angles during your positioning and repositioning process. This spot cannot be the first spot where you take a fight.
Indy. Hey.
Anyways, in this round, like, playing art will be good, you know, anyways, because it was wide open. You know, no one was playing art. So we need to fill in that gap. Anyways, we don't know where the enemies are gonna go, so we can just play fast rotations left and right. Music to my ears, bro. Music to my... Listen. If I ever again see one more player using a dash ability, using a satchel to rotate faster, or to reposition faster, I'm gonna poke my eyes out with a toothpick. And I'm not even lying. Like, I'm literally gonna do that live. Use your dash ability to take the fights. Use your dash ability to reposition when you end up in some fucked up situation. Use your dash ability to clear the angles when there's a 5% of chance for you to take a fight with the enemies. But don't use it to rotate faster. It's like the most important ability. The most important ability of Jett is the dash ability and how you use it. Nothing else matters. I mean, nothing else matters when you misuse this ability. You know, here, activating a dash ability to take the fights would be amazing. Okay. You know, holding this angle was fine, you know, because no matter if the enemies peek you close or far back, you're holding the same line of sight and you can take a shot, take a kill. This switch onto Bandit was a bit slow. I don't know why it took you so much to get a Bandit out, but good. And here going for the body shots was also fine. You know, this is one of the rare scenarios where, like, it's totally fine if you just go for the body shots and you spam the shit out of this guy. He is already concussed, already stunned. Like, in this elo, like, there's no way that Gecko is gonna kill you by being fully stunned. But, of course, like, you should not make this a habit of yours, like, obviously. Now, I generally don't understand what are these smokes for. Once again, 2 absolutely wasted smokes. Especially when you have numbers advantage, a very high numbers advantage. You should use your smokes only when you need to half defuse the spike, when you need to isolate the enemies in 1v1 fights, when you need to scale up with close range weapons. But using it in a 4v1 is just unnecessary cluster on the map that can potentially cost us the round because Killjoy can isolate us into 1v1 fights. We don't need to use anything right now. All you have to do
Enemy remaining.
is activate a dash ability and take this 4v1 fight together with your teammates. Simplify your gameplay a bit more, like, you know, don't just drop your smokes and utility however you want. There's a moment in time for everything in Valorant. Okay, we got a Vandal. Always, when you have money for it, combine the Vandal with the Shorty. Especially when you play movement agents and controllers, like, you'll get in a lot of situations where Shorty can save your ass and where you can get some free kills. And also, right now playing on the B side, okay, good idea, you know, good idea. Like, there is a huge chance right now that enemies are gonna go B. Because they did start using the A-B pattern of executes. So that is something that we can take as a note to predict the enemies. Once again, you know, how you start early on also depends on the enemy's team composition. So right now, enemies have a Gecko flash. If the Gecko drops this type of a flash in the B main area of the map, you will just get obliterated on this off angle up there. If he does a flash here, or a flash like this. So a much better starting position would be an off angle, tight angle, such as this one. We can briefly dodge. Sorry, no dash ability. No dash ability on this angle. We can briefly dodge the Gecko's flash while it travels there, potentially catch enemies off guard, and then use a dash ability to take a second fight, and then use this as a third position. At least he's starting on some kind of an off angle, like, you know, if nothing else. By the way, when you're playing this location as a starting position, you should always play towards the bottom edge that goes towards the safety. So basically like this. So that you can take one safe fight, bam, 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 and then reset down with a knife out. Like, this is a spot where you don't want to commit to take a fight. You don't want to stay here for more than one bullet or one burst fire. Especially if you don't, if you get flashed by the enemies. One bullet, you know, crosshair a bit wider for the swing, like this. One bullet, one burst fire, reset yourself, and then we can maybe take another fight and reposition.
Let's keep on vibing.
Focus on better positioning and repositioning on the defender's side. Try to abuse as many angles as possible on that side to get a kill and deal some damage before you end up in a 50-50. Is it better to insta-lock or just hover over then lock? Just play the agents that you want to play, and that's it. Better team will always win. Do you have Indian students? Yes. I coach like, I don't know. I coach like at least 50 players from India. How they pay usually? Most of them, they use PayPal. But also with a card as well, that's possible. Our crosshair placement is pretty low for this position. Like, as I was already teaching you during our coaching, like, every element, every wall, every box can tell you approximately where your crosshair should be at that moment of time. So for an example, this shit here is almost the same height as the players. Like, this screens area of the map. So your crosshair right now should be somewhere like this. Slightly higher. This is a body shot. Unless enemies go for some crazy peak. I don't know, it's still Platinum 1 to Diamond 1, so I don't know what's gonna happen.
The end A.
It's okay. This gamble on the B set was a good gamble. It's okay. Trust, you know, good play is always a good play, good read is always a good read. Trust the rules, trust the information, trust the patterns, tendencies, like, it's okay. At least good positioning in this round. Reyna with a judge on the defender's side. Love it. Love it. Now what's really going to be important for us, because enemies already stormed into the A site, is how we clear the dugout and this CT area of the map. If we swing one more time, we're not going to have fun. Good that we're expecting the enemies here. Very good. Very good. I mean, like, when it comes to this dugout area of the map, like, you should always expect the enemies to be inside of this wall as well. You know, a lot of the players like to play this type of an off angle. So when you're clearing the dugout, you can either jump spot the enemies, or just clear this, clear this, clear this, and then clear this angle. Jiggle in, jiggle out, jiggle in, jiggle out, jiggle in, jiggle out, jiggle in, jiggle out. Move. Now, since Jett is very close, and she killed our Gecko, we need to activate the dash ability. This is the moment of time where we use it. How in the previous rounds, when the enemies were like 10 light years away from you, you activated the dash ability, and now you're clearing the site on which the enemies planted the spike, where the enemies can play 4 or 5 different locations. How you don't activate the dash ability for this? Yo, Baxter, what's you, man? Good, good. We're doing a bit of couching today.
Too many.
Now listen, like, to be absolutely honest, like, if you're not certain how you should use your smokes, it's better, like, if you don't understand what type of value the smokes are gonna bring you, just don't use them at all. Just save them for some better moment of time. Because, like, you're just randomly dropping your smokes and stacking them one onto another, and they're just absolutely wasted. Like here, for an example. First of all, you want to take this fight with the enemies. And you have to take it. Because you activated the dash ability. Like, right now, because I'm in a 2v3 numbers disadvantage, I need to take this fight. And this is a good fight. I know exactly where are the enemies. I know exactly what to expect. And I can easily reset myself after a bullet, after 2-3 shots, with the dash ability. If I want to scale up here, the only reason for me to use a smoke here is to clear art, this angle, and this angle. So we can use a smoke there, isolate the angles one at a time, check everything left and right, and then save the last smoke to maybe go for a half diffuse, and then take the fight with the enemies, for an example. How much... Reyna nerf was not on my list. What the fuck is Riot doing? I don't know, man. How much is important a good keyboard? It is not that important. As long as you have some mechanical keyboard, you're fine. Listen, when you use a just dash ability during the retakes, when you have numbers disadvantage, you really want to get the most out of it, and you really want to play more aggressively, because at the end of the day, no matter if the enemies surprise you, and no matter like if you don't expect the enemy somewhere, you can always dash away and always reset yourself. Like, in this post plant, like, why would the enemies peek you? You know, you are the one under the pressure. They have 2 Killjoy Nanoswarms, they have a Gekko's Molotov, Gekko's Flash, Wingman. They have Fate, probably Dog's Eye, Reveal. Why would they fight? Like, you are the one under the pressure right now, and you are the one that needs to bring the fight towards them. Now, you know, a 10 times... Like, what would also be a fine idea here? If you did something like this. And just with the dash ability, clear all of these angles, get a bit closer to the enemies, and start searching for a kill. Because winning this 2v3 retake otherwise is impossible. How you drop Jett smoke like that, but basically you look like up in the sky, and as soon as you press you hold the Q, you hold the drop key, and then instantly flick downwards, so the smoke falls down. And that gives you enough time to half defuse the spike. You extend the duration of your smoke, kinda. It's still dangerous, but, you know, that's the only way to half defuse it now.
Last player standing.
My guy just dipped away. My guy just left. It's okay. It's okay. Some rounds are unwinnable, but we could have won this round. I'm not gonna lie. We could have won this round, and we should have won it. Okay, next prediction for the chat. Let's go with how many kills at the half? Okay. Now listen. Usually at your skill level, you know, between Gold 1 and Immortal 2, when the players have the Gekko's ultimate, most of the times it's gonna be the A push again. Most of the times. So in this round, aggressing the enemies in the aim area of the map would not be a bad idea. Absolutely. Like maybe, you know, getting a bit closer, you know, using a dash ability onto this off angle to potentially get a pick, then using this angle to potentially get one more kill, and then doing the basic positioning and repositioning and fighting with your teammates. Like, this ultimate here kinda tells us what enemies are probably gonna do in this round. But as already mentioned, like, if you have no idea where the enemies are gonna go, and your teammates are playing passively, you're never gonna make a mistake by starting in B-Link and doors.
Get out of my way.
Okay.
BB.
Okay. Listen, when it comes to this angle, you cannot hold this angle statically. Like, that is the main reason and the main mistake why players die on this position. Like, on this position, you're just in a very huge angle perception disadvantage. Like, if you hold it statically, enemies will probably see you faster than you see them. So when you hold this angle, you always want to hold it as you hold any common position. Like, move a bit, left, right, left, right, left, right. So that you're countering that angle perception disadvantage with your movement a bit. And now you should be rotating. You know, the only reason why you started this passively in the B-Link is because you have no idea where the enemies are going to go next. You saw 2 enemies on the minimap pushing the B-main area of the map. That that is more than enough on a fast rotation such as a fast rotation map such as Pearl to instantly send it. Go. Help your teammates out. I mean, listen, like, there's 90% of chance enemy killjoy is gonna be on mid right now. But anyways, you have a trademark for this, and killing this killjoy on mid is not gonna resurrect your teammates on the B site and stop them from planting the spike. Go! Oh no, we are going for a... I don't know. Like, once again, decision making, 0. Brother, Pearl fast rotation map. You have Link covered. Your Reyna is pushing aim in. We have all of the info that we need to rotate right now. What else do you need to help your teammates on the B side? You see something red on the minimap. Check the minimap. Your teammates fire a shot. Check a minimap. Get the info, rotate. We sold the Gecko and Chamber for nothing. Okay, we didn't sell them. You know, they are just very terrible and bad players. But you need to use your teammates in low elo as much as you can to take the fights with the enemies. As much as you can. Now, what you're doing here as well is mega giga dangerous. Killjoy was lurking and playing alone in almost every round. You cannot go behind the enemies with a knife out. And also, going for this flank and lurk is just kind of pointless. You know, Killjoy utility is gonna reveal you. Like, there is absolutely no difference right now if you go behind the enemies or if you simply play with a Clove and try to get a few picks together with her. My guy knows something I don't know.
Spike planted.
He knows that Killjoy players are bad in this lobby. Oh, actually they're not.
Blocking sight.
What happened in the last month? You were not playing like this during our coaching, bro. Like, what's going on? Like, wait. So, you got revealed by the Killjoy's utility. Very good. You activate the dash ability because Killjoy can be somewhere here and we can take a fight. Very good. You dropped a smoke to cover yourself up so that you can get behind the screens to take a better fight and clear this angle. Very good. Now all you need to do is just from the screens, we want to reveal the enemies and take some kind of a contact. Why are we using a dash ability for nothing? Like, it would have been 10 times better if you use your dash ability now to just take this fight.
Last player standing.
But as I already mentioned, like, this flank and lurk was absolutely pointless. You know, you knew that your position is going to be compromised by the Killjoy. You knew that you'll be taking 1v1 fights anyways. It was like 10 times better to simply fight with a Clove and try to get some picks at the backside and in the CT together with Clove. But the main problem in this round was you didn't respond in time on what the enemies were doing. Like, you knew in the first 5 seconds of a round that the enemies are going B. Now in this round, 10 times better idea is to play on A. Enemies still have the Gecko's ultimate. Enemies were following the AB pattern, kinda. So locking down the beam and area of the map with the ultimate would be amazing. Buying the op, okay, good. Why not? Obviously, like, you know, players in this elo are terrible with their utility usage. I highly doubt that Fade Reveal or the Gecko Flash is gonna fuck you up.
B.
Just, I don't know why you take this angle as a first angle. Like, this should be like your third, fourth position, you know, secondary position to surprise the enemies. You should not take this as a first location, you know, relax. Sexy butt naked, welcome to stream, bro. I was waiting for you. I was waiting for you. Is this Iron Maiden? Probably.
B, B, B.
Huh? A bit of a lecture there. What? I don't understand. What are these smokes that you're dropping on top of your teammates' smokes? Like, you need to tell me after this VOD review, like, and explain to me, like, what's the point of this smoke? You know? Because right now you have a gap to perfectly see the enemies behind the smoke and get a free kill. Like, these gaps are amazing. You know, like, one strategy that I really love with Omen, for an example, I leave the intentional small gaps like this to fuck up the enemies. Because fighting around these gaps, such as this one, for an example, is super bad when you're closer to the smoke. You know, when the guy takes a fight like this, or like this, you're super far away, you have such a huge angle perception advantage, you should just be looking down this angle and taking a kill there. What is that button machine called? I wanted to buy one. I have no idea. I got it from Temu, man. Okay. Overall, like, there are three main things that we should focus on when it comes to your future aim training. Reaction time, we need to get it better. Micro corrections, we need to get them better. And the crosshair placement. This should be our main focus moving on. Everything else, fuck it. Hello, Lord. Hello, my friend. Never mind, he's just him. Okay. With a Fade Ultimate, you know, with a Fade Ultimate, also like 90% of times in ranked solo queue, enemies are gonna push A. Anyways, in this match, like, enemies were consistently following the rule of 3 executes, so we can gamble on that. Never activate the Just Dash ability based on nothing. Like, so, what is your main job with a Jett on a defender's side? If you're not playing some kind of an off angle, taking space or pushing the enemies, your main job is first to get the information about the enemies, somehow, you know, by holding some tight angle, off angle, jiggle peeking them, jump spotting them, elevated position. And then once you get the info, you take a 50-55 with a dash ability, but it's not 50-50 because you have a dash ability. And you have information for your crosshair placement. This position here is super safe position. Like, all you need to do right now is aim behind the gecko's butt cheeks, hold this angle as tight as your reaction time allows you, place your crosshair for the furthest enemy peak, go for one shot. And then with the dash ability, we can maybe re-aggress, get another kill. Here, I don't know if enemies are actually gonna go A, number one. Number two, like, this dash ability is just a waste on an angle like this. Because after a shot, you can reposition quite quickly, quite fast. You don't need to use it. You know, what now? Once again, I don't understand, why do you smoke off the positions that are already smoked by your teammates? Now using a dash ability would be amazing. You know? Now having a dash would be insane. I'm not gonna lie. Try to be more mindful with your smokes. You know, just ask yourself, what is this smoke for when I use it? If a choke point is smoked off, I don't need to do this. If I need to reposition into flowers, I'm not gonna use a smoke here. We should use the smoke here, so we can go towards the flowers. Now listen, when you have the op, the second smoke I was scared Jett dash updrift. But you don't know if she's gonna do that. And anyways, this smoke here is gonna give you enough cover to escape anyways into the enemy smoke. Also, when you have the op on A site, on defender side, you mostly wanna reposition towards the dugout. Because this position is usually gonna get smoked off. And here you will still have a line of sight and vision to potentially get a kill like this. Here as well, as soon as you ended up into this smoke, like your next step should have been going into the dugout, onto the left side. So you can have a cleaner line of sight to potentially get one pick.
Spike planted.
And take some cover as well. Once again, like, you're mainly getting effed up by how you hold the initial angles and with your general, like, positioning and repositioning. Like, these enemies are not doing anything special to actually surprise you or kill you. They don't have that great utility usage anyways. They're just running you down like imbeciles. If you just get better with which angles you hold and how you position and reposition and when to use your dash ability, you will be getting far more kills and far more chances to get a kill. Now in this round, instead of buying the operator, you should have used the ultimate, get a heavy shield, and get some secondary weapon. You know, heavy shield, ultimate, 2 smokes, maybe bandit, maybe sheriff, maybe shorty, maybe stinger, maybe bucket, some secondary weapon with which we can, you know, continue fighting if we don't get the kills with the ultimate. Whenever you get the Jett's ultimate, you want to use it in the next round as soon as possible, so that you're building, the strong economy for the rest of the match and for the rest of the half, and so that you get another ultimate during that specific half. You know, it's better to have 2 ultimates in one half, 2 additional weapons instead of just 1. Okay. Now playing B here, you know, they have a Killjoy's ultimate now. With a Killjoy's ultimate as well, 80% of times in ranked solo queue, most teams are gonna push A in this elo and this rank. So in this round as well, playing A set is a good idea. Listen, when you're doing this peek in the doors, you need to be faster with it. Like, if you want to aggressively contest the enemies in this doors area of the map, you always wanna be ready to do this, essentially. Like, you can take the knife out, then get a gun, and then swing a bit faster. You cannot drive around this cover, because enemies can peek you immediately. Like, this is the barrier. They can shift up and do this. They're always ready to hold you. Like, you need to pre-aim this position. You need to pre-aim this position with A and D keys and with your crosshair like this. And that's how you should peek the doors, if you don't hear the enemy's footsteps. And then maybe you can scale up and take a fight top mid. You don't need to use dash ability if you're already gonna use your smokes to escape. Anyways, we don't wanna fight this Clove right now. She's dead. We just wanna run away. But we don't wanna run away with the dash ability. Okay, so enemies tried some kind of an A split. When you're going behind the enemies, in an area of the map where they can hear you, and they can be anywhere and everywhere, you hold the shift button as long as you have no idea where the fuck are those enemies. So right now, if you want to go behind this Gecko and Fade, that are definitely in the aiming area of the map, I mean, somewhere there, we need to shift up. Okay. Okay. Now, was this a good play or a necessary play? It was like, whatever. You know, he heard the guy in the spawn and then wanted to take this fight and try to surprise him. It's just unnecessary okay play. You know? Like, you're 5v2. You don't need to take any solo fights anymore. The round is literally over. All you have to do is survive, hold the B-link, we have the full aim-in and art control, and just wait to see what's gonna happen. Like, right now, you just wait to see what's gonna happen. If the enemy is playing the spike on B, we play a 5v2 retake, enemies are cooked. The problem in this rank is like, when you go for the plays like this, and when you take the fights like this, if you die, you really cannot complain if your teammates lose a 2v4 round. Because in this rank, in every rank up to Immortal 3, not even in Radiant, your teammates are more than capable of losing 1v4, 1v3, 1v2. More than capable. Okay, this one I'm playing on the B side. Not a bad idea. Because of rule of 3 executes. You know, enemies... That is a rule that enemies were consistently following in this match. So the pattern they kind of developed is that for 2 rounds they go A, for 2 rounds they go B, for 2 rounds they go A, for 2 rounds they go B. If that is the pattern, we just follow that shit, and that's the best gamble we can do.
Here.
This idea to play a bit more aggro, okay, fine, but I mean, you still have the ultimate. We can just kill the enemies in the, like, basically in gold, platinum, diamond, iron, silver, bronze, like, some of the easiest kills you can take are the kills in these type of fights. Like, basically the long range fights with the ultimate. You can literally go for 3 body shots and you're probably not gonna die. Like, your chances of dying in this type of a fight is like 5%. Especially if you move around, if you glide a bit, and you're a hard target to kill. 5%. Can we stop using the dash ability to position somewhere? First of all, man, when you use a dash ability like this, enemies hear you. You know? Number 1, enemies hear you. Number 2, if we are stuck. We are stuck against Fade with 2 dogs. Seize, Reveal, Gecko's Molotov, Wingman, Flash, Clove Medal. How do you expect to win these fights? Next topic. If you want to get into this position, the only way to do that is by walking in, on timing. There's no other way. You cannot run, you cannot make footsteps. Like, as soon as the round starts, you make only 2 steps and walk. And then, dash ability to take a fight and to escape these motherfucking enemies. It was okay to play on B side this round. Okay, read. They might still go B. I have no idea. Also, please make your minimap a bit smaller. Like, basically, if you want to use the rotating minimap, you know, like, it needs to be exactly... just a moment. 1.2063.
One's on you.
It's okay. It's okay that you didn't rotate, to be honest. It's totally fine. Like, we have no info on the map, no info from our teammates where the enemies are going. It's okay.
Jett.
Trigger discipline is free. Very free. You know? Like, if enemies already don't see you, you might get 3 kills, 2 kills, 5 kills. Let them pass you. Like, when you see a guy running it down like this,
One's on you, Jett.
without clearing the angles, let him pass you. Like, you're probably... anyways, so, you don't have a dash ability right now. Especially in these situations, you should play on a trigger discipline. Let this Jett give misinformation to her teammates. Like, her teammates are in this elo. They're 100% gonna think that no one is playing in this corner. When they see that enemy Jett, that their Jett is already here. Take a shot only if this Jett spots you on the left side.
Be faster.
Now, yes, you should be using your smokes to either fake your repositioning or to actually reposition. This is the moment of time where we need to use the smokes. You know, we need to drop something like this to either get behind the cover so we can fight on 2 different angles instead of 1, or we can just drop a smoke to make the enemies think that we went there and then just stay and take another surprise fight. Okay, now we got a dash ability again. That's good.
Spike down B.
Primarily use your dash ability to take the fights on a defender's side. This play here would only be good if you had a shorty. If you had a shorty, no problem. Like, absolutely no problem. Like, okay, you can do this, take a free kill, take this as a cover, and now take another fight. But closing the gap right like this with a dash ability, with a Vandal, why?
One enemy remaining.
You know, just an unnecessary risk for absolutely no reason.
Flawless.
You need to be more mindful with your smokes. Like, when it comes to the clip reviews, like, maybe we should review any round at this point. Like, we really need to teach you, like, what is a good smoke, what is a bad smoke, what is a good dash, what is a bad dash. You just started wasting utility way too much. Now, in this round, I don't know, like, I'll probably play Beastet again, because the main pattern enemies were using in this match was, like, the rule of 3 executes. 2 times in a row, they push one side, and then 3rd time they change it, so... But okay, I mean, your Gecko and Chamber are holding B. We can definitely trust them, right? Now, if you want to aggress the enemies in the aiming area of the map, against this team composition, doing the solo aggression is pretty hard. You know, like, they have 2 dogs of the Fade, Gecko's Flesh. I don't know how this is gonna look like. But if you already want to do it for some reason, knife out, gun... So, knife out, start here, knife out, until you cross this pillar, gun out, dash ability activated, and play onto an off angle like this. Then we can dash diagonally, reset ourselves, get this angle, and scoot out. Now, if you want to peek the enemies in the aiming area of the map, deep, always do it from behind the box. Like, do it like this, essentially. It's just easier to take the fights and easier to clear the angles because of angle perception disadvantage. If you already decide to hold... Just a second, we have some intruders. Okay, it's all fine, it's all fine. I'm still not dead. I'm still not dead. Now listen. If you're going behind the enemies like this, and you're not like 100% certain if any enemies are in the aiming area of the map, mid or art, you need to walk, man. You need to walk until the moment of time when you're like 90% certain that none of the enemies can hear you. And you need to clear every single angle as if an enemy is there and can be there. But generally speaking, in ranked solo queue, like, I would just recommend you to fuck this. You know, fuck this shit. Like, a much better idea on a map such as Pearl is just doing fast rotations on the contact between your team and the enemy team, and that's it. You got the info that no one is aiming. Dash away towards the site and try to support your teammates in mid as soon as possible. Because by the time that you're doing this play, your whole team can die in a matter of seconds. This play is also now this play is not bad. I like this a lot. One thing that players really struggle with in ranked solo queue is that 90% of players, when they're pushing some bomb site only through the short area of the map, are completely unaware that there's a chance that one guy is maybe in the aiming right now. And that is always the player's last priority, to clear the aiming area of the map when they're going from the art into the A site. Now we can play on a surprise mechanic and probably get a few really good kills. If our Gecko and Chamber don't die.
On my mark. Here.
Now what's going to be important here is that we keep our location a secret and we pick a really good moment of time to fight. We need to let the enemy wingman, we need to let the wingman play in the spike. There's no other way to get the kills. And kills are now our highest priority because we're in a 3v4 numbers disadvantage against Fade, Gecko, and Killjoy.
Spike planted. One down.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
Here.
Once again, I just don't understand, like, why are you topping off one smoke with another and just wasting both smokes? You know? You just revealed your position. Revealed your location. You apply the pressure. Now you need to wait for your Chamber and Gecko to move their asses a bit before you can make a second move. And if you already wanted to use your smokes to aggress the enemies right now, all you had to do is just drop one smoke for the flowers and then go for the peak.
Here. One enemy remaining.
Jett med backside.
Last player. One enemy remaining.
But brother, like, your Chamber was CT. Like, that info you had already at this moment of time. That your Chamber is CT. When the Chamber died, like, you just go for the spike, defuse, and that's it.
Enemy remaining. Player standing.
Listen, from now on, when you finish the fights with the enemies, check the minimap instantly. I don't give a shit if you die while you're checking the minimap. Something happens on the kill feed. Some ability gets deployed. Some color on the minimap appears that should not be there. check the minimap. As soon as you finish this type of a fight,
One enemy.
check this and check this. Take some cover and then decide what to do next. Like, the problem of yours is that you need to give yourself some time to make the decisions. So from now on, you want to make some kind of a decision. Give yourself 2 to 3 seconds, look at the minimap, look at the kill feed, hide behind the cover, and then decide where you want to fight and how you want to fight. Like, yes, making any decision is always better than just being stun locked and rooted and you're just doing nothing. But still, you know, consistently making bad decisions is far worse. Give yourself some time to think, to observe the kill feed, to observe the minimap, to observe the location of your teammates as well. Like, just check, you know, ask yourself, where are my teammates? Where did my teammates die? What abilities enemies used? And then decide what you want to do next. If you already finished your fights and you have some kind of a cover.
Remaining.
And do it every single round, every single match, consistently. It is better rather than feeding your bad habits at this moment of time where you're just tunnel visioned and you're just focusing on, you're just, you know, very tunnel visioned. Very tunnel visioned.
Get out of my way!
This cannot be your starting position in any life. And once again, stop using your dash ability to rotate faster. Is the only tool that you have with Jett to take the site, to take the space, to separate the enemies, take the safe fights. Like, the only reason why you're playing Jett is because of this ability. And the ultimate. And mobility. And the smoke. But if you waste the dash, nothing else matters.
Blocking sight.
Who?
Blocking sight.
At this point, you're just you're trolling me, man. Literally, like there's no way. I'm gonna show you the VODs that we reviewed. Like, I'm gonna show you the VODs that we reviewed before. Like, the guy is just trolling me 100%. Like, there's no way. Like,
Blocking sight. Blocking sight.
One enemy remaining.
no way.
Use everything you.
No way, man. No, there's no way. Bro is trying to pull out the reaction.
Lose it.
Last round for the
Please start buying the shorty as a primary secondary weapon if you play Operator, Vandal, Phantom, automatic weapons.
Here. Blocking sight. You should run. No charges left. Here.
I need one cigarette after this one. He's trolling me, man. Like, he is trolling me 100%. Like, there's no way, bro. Rage waiting me here. So listen. From now on, with the dash ability, take the fights. Don't use it as an escape tool. Take the fights. Use the smokes only to cover the angles. When you need to reposition somewhere, keep your location a secret, or to scale up towards the enemies. Use your updrift to either escape the enemies, escape the abilities, or to get onto some secondary third off angle. Here, like for this situation, all you have to do is the following. Hold this angle. Try to get one kill. Use the updraft to get onto an off angle. Destroy the Gecko's ultimate. Spray the enemies through the smoke. Drop down. Aha, they use the Killjoy's ultimate. Take this angle. And wait for the enemies. We take one safe fight. Dash ability. Second fight.
Blocking sight. You should run. No charges left.
For example, you see here how useful the dash ability would be. And the smokes as well. Like the dash ability here allows you to easily take another fight, another kill. And then the smokes we can simply use to scale up and isolate the fights into 1v1. And also here, you should have expected this Jett pushing you because, you know, like, the only enemy that had the tendencies to play this aggressively was Jett. Whenever they were pushing A side, Jett was always pushing dugout or flowers. So here you can just hold, you know, wait for your teammates to rotate, wait for the Killjoy's ultimate to go down, and that's it. Okay, generally speaking, like on a defender side, your initial positioning can be still much better, and that should be your primary focus. You need to make decisions in the same time faster, but more meaningful. Like, base your decisions based on where your teammates are at that moment of time, what you hear, what you see. Number 3, your repositioning should be more mindful as well. Get more off angles, tight angles, positions where you can get a kill. And number 4, utility users can be still much better. You're just wasting abilities left and right. Use them to fight the enemies, to separate the fights. Don't use it. Don't use it because you're scared to take a fight. You want to take a fight. Fuck it, don't be scared to take a fight. Use it when you're in some kind of a shit position, like you need to escape, you need to... Enemies are bombarding you with utility and stuff like that. You seem like you use raised satchels before the round start. But yeah, but pretty much like that. Did we hit the Radiant on the Alphabet Challenge? No, we just... we changed how that series is gonna work. You'll see it on the YouTube. So yeah. Okay, now we're gonna dive into the attacker side. I need a 5 minutes break, chat. I need to eat something. 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes. I'm coming, Jett. We're coming. Chat, which games give you joy? What is Pizza Tower, bro? Rivals. I've noticed that a lot of you guys in our community are playing Rivals, bro. GTA 5 shoe stores and missions with friends. What's GTA 5 shoe stores, bro? You play as a very fast Italian that wants to save his pizzeria. Is there a competitive mode in that game? A strip club. I don't know why I even asked.
No. Here. No.
Oh! He got 12 kills, bro. 12 kills, chat. Oh, you guys gambled on 12 kills. So no rewards for you, huh? It was close. It was close. You almost lost all of the points. Mm. Which server in Europe has the most down-to-earth people? None. None, bro. Sexy but naked. Sheldon, can I ask you a question? I'm terrified. Shoot. If Chamber works for you and works for your playstyle, he's a great agent right now, so you can continue maining him. Do you like the new tracker update? No. It's way too confusing. The old tracker was better. I think I've seen your clips on TikTok. Maybe. How's your head? Thankfully, I didn't fracture anything. It's actually good. It's good, bro. I had this big of a scar. Like this. Play some normal agent like Harbor or Reyna. Thank me later. Yeah. Let's continue. Yo, madre mia. I love eating these tortillas a lot, man. Basically, it's a plain tortilla with chia seed, and I think it has like around 15 to 20 grams of protein, like on 100 grams. I mean, it's so addicting, man. I can eat like 6 of those in one sitting. Okay. Attacker side of Pearl. Your default site, number 1 priority is B site. Number 2 priority, A site. Number 3 priority, mid area of the map. So basically, in the first 4 to 6 rounds, you need to persuade your teammates to do the 5-man executes on B and A, and primarily test the enemies here. Whenever enemies are eco halberd bonus on a defender side, avoid this area of the map. You can just send it A or send it B. Whenever you are playing some eco halberd round or a bonus round, you can maybe try to search for some kills in the B-Link, Connector, or Art. In this elo and this rank, usually the easiest way to win the matches is by playing together and playing, you know, just doing a regular ass executes on the attacker side. Or at least, that is what you should try first in the first, like, 4 to 6 rounds. Now, what you push and what you do in the first round depends on the enemy team composition as well. Like, if enemies have one hardcore sentinel, such as Killjoy for an example, just do a 5-man push on B. It's just better. And if you already want to push A, you need to do some kind of a split. Like, for example, you know, a 3-2 split, where the spike goes in the main area of the map, and you play with your teammates through Art. Let's see what's gonna happen. And with a Jett, if you're pushing B, get a smoke and ghost, or a bandit and ghost. And if you're pushing A or mid, just get a classic light shield and 2 smokes, you're fine.
Here.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, in this type of a setup that our teammates are forcing, we should be playing with our teammates on mid. They have much higher chances of dying in this first round, and whenever you have like 2 or more teammates in mid, you generally want to play with them and support them in ranked solo queue.
Yeah.
this can go terribly wrong, depending on what our teammates do in the mid. Now, against this team composition, you know what we should expect. You should expect the Fade early reveal in the A main area of the map. You should expect the Gecko flashes in A main and B main and mid area of the map. We need to be very careful when it comes to their recon abilities. We can expect that Killjoy is probably gonna play more towards the art and A site. And when it comes to Clove and Jett, like, I have absolutely no idea, you know, God knows what they're gonna do. Clove is probably gonna play more around mid and connector, because that is the only position from which she can smoke both B site and A site. Okay, we got the smokes for the execute. Listen, you don't need to use your first smoke to cover the choke point if enemies already give you the smoke. Like, the whole point of this type of a smoke when you're playing Jett is to cover the choke point from multiple different angles as we are scaling out and doing the execute. You're not only covering yourself, but also you're covering up your teammates so they can do this, this, and this. That was a really good timing for the Fade Seize. I'm not gonna lie. Nothing to do about that. But the second reason why you really want to play with your teammates in mid, when you're doing some kind of an A split, like, A main push needs to be properly connected with the art pressure and art push. Like, my guy is flying into the bomb site alone, while 4 of his teammates are being chilling in the main and mid. Like, here, you should not even go for the execute. Like, yes, you have both smokes down, but there's no one to support you. No one moderately close to you. And this is a complete Sudoku play, dashing into the site with this level of support. And not to mention that we have a terrible smoke setup. Once again, as per usual, I mean, as I always say, the number one teammate that you need to micromanage in ranked solo queue is your controller. Like, you need to tell your controllers at the start of each round which smokes do you need. Like, Clove cannot put a smoke here and here if our teammates on mid are here. Like, now you are doing the execute, you know? You need to tell that Clove to give you a better smoke setup. It's quite interesting that we won this fight, I'm not gonna lie. Now listen, when you're picking up weapons in Valorant, please don't look at the ground. If you want to pick this ghost from the enemy Fade, all you have to do is press G and make sure that you're crosshair and that you are ready for the fight with the enemies. Quite interesting round. Also, the execute that you did was not good. Like with the Jett, 90% of times when you're executing Ace of Pearl, you just want to do this. You want to flick left and right to reveal the enemies on these positions, and this position. Then based on that info, you decide who you want to fight. If you don't see any enemies, you can just hyper-lock yourself onto enemies from the dugout, and then together with your teammates, we can take the fights at the backside, in the art, in the flowers, and take more space. Your only job is going here, and then taking the rest of the space with your smokes and with your teammates. Now, in eco and hellbire rounds, like you can do various different executes. You know, you can sometimes dash into this smoke and just try to kill the enemy in the art. You can try to overextend at the backside, you know, dash maybe towards the dugout or towards the flowers and do this, then cover up yourself with a smoke and try to search for some close range picks. If you're getting fucked by the enemy spam in this position or by the enemy's utility, it's totally fine if you also go into this position, and from this position you apply the pressure and take space. Now, in the second anti-eco round, on the attacker side and defender side, your number one priority is getting the heavy shield, unless you want to play with the outlaw. So in this round, the first thing that you buy is the heavy shield. Then you get a bulldog if you want to play bulldog. Bulldog is a pretty okay weapon on Pearl. You know, probably one of the most optimal anti-eco weapon on the attacker side. And with a Jett, you always prioritize having one smoke above anything else. Fuck the dash, fuck the updraft. One smoke is what you need, because you'll be dashing in. You need to create a cover for yourself and for your execute.
Yeah.
Also, in this round, you don't need two smokes and updraft. We win this round based on better economy, better shields, better guns. All you need for this round is just a smoke. Smoke, heavy shield, bulldog, and we're going in. Going ASAT in this round is also totally fine. Why is that so? It is fine because in the first round we've noticed that Fade and Gecko were playing A for some reason. And Killjoy, Jett and Clove were defending mid and B site.
Junk.
So yeah, we can send it A again. Push, 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 push. Wait, I need to talk about this. When you're clearing the aim and area of the map, on contact. So, if you're running through the aim and area of the map, you should always jump spot this angle, and then clear this position, and then send it. If you're playing on a contact, you need to be ready for all of these fights on these off angles right here, for some kind of an aggressive play from the enemies. Then clearing this position, and then clearing this angle as well. But, you know, if you like when you're pushing this area of the map fast, you should just tell one of your teammates to drop some kind of a flash here, fade the dog, Gekko's wingman flash, like Reina flash, Tejo drone, like, you know, just clear this area of the map with some utility instead of being surprised. Ooh. A ranked solo queue special. So, this smoke here tells you everything in this round. And this smoke here tells you what you need to call out to your teammates and what you need to do. Whenever enemies drop some kind of a smoke based on nothing, like basically the round just starts, they do the smoke. You make one footstep, they do the smoke, or they do the smoke based on timing. Expect an enemy to play inside or around that smoke with their shotguns and close range weapons. And you need to tell your teammates to carefully clear that smoke. Spam it. Use some utility. Anything. Running into this smoke is just a suicide. And this is one of the rare ghost comms that are acceptable in ranked solo queue. I don't know if an enemy is there in the smoke or not, but it would be a shame that we die if an enemy is actually doing that type of a play. Just tell your teammates to be more careful and to do something about it, you know. Tell Gecko to use a wingman through the smoke. Spam it.
Yeah.
I don't understand what you're doing. Close the gap with your teammates. Play with them. Get ready for the execution. Get ready for the... Why is the crosser in the wall? Stop eating. Stop smoking. Let's go. Yes, someone is in that smoke. 1 million. 100%. 100% in the smoke. Ah! Okay. Oof. Listen. If you need to execute a bomb site with a Jett, and you think one enemy is maybe in the smoke, use the updraft. It's better for you not to die. Like if you die like this, and the guy shoves a judge in your ass or Bucky, there's nothing new for you to learn. You know? Just do this. Updraft over the smoke, into your smoke, clear these angles by flicking right and left, and take the space. Anyways, you know, maybe just one of your teammates is gonna die, like if the guy has a Bucky or Shorty. I'll rather trade that teammate than myself. This is very unnecessary over-aggression. Like, your only job is to take the sector numero uno. Once we take the sector numero uno, we fight for the sectors numero dos and tres together with the teammates. Especially in anti-eco rounds. You can just chill here, relax, smoke a pack, wait for your teammates to get some contact. You already apply the pressure, and we can play the reflex and fight together everywhere. Like this level of aggression, you should only have when you're in numbers disadvantage, or economy disadvantage. Like you need to make a play, close the gap with the enemies and fuck them up. Also, this smoke setup is criminal. When you're pushing A site, always ask for the smokes in the art, and the second smoke either flowers or dugout, based on, you know, the info that we have about the enemies. But art smoke is mega important if we're not doing the A split. Your job is done. Reset and play with your teammates. You don't need to fight anymore. You've done your part. Enter the site, open the site, planted the spike. Don't die from the classic pistol. Go back, please. Play with the Gecko. Gecko is your most aggressive teammate that has the highest chance of dying. Anyways, art position is kinda important.
Here.
Por favor! Por favor! Por favor!
Yeah,
We'll get them next time. Your job in the second anti-eco round is to win this round by saving your weapon and by having the least amount of casualties possible. You don't care about the kills. You don't care about nothing. Just winning this round in the cleanest way possible. So we have the best possible bonus round weapons for the round numero tres. In this round, we play a bonus round. 3 of your teammates are bonusing. They're playing the weapons from the previous round. You cannot full buy in this round. In this round, you can get maybe a bandit and heavy shield. Heavy shield and stinger maybe, if you have money for that. But you cannot full buy again. Now listen, the best idea, the Ru XQC, the best idea for this round is to go A again. It's far more unpredictable. Also, A set was very... These A set executes were working like charm. Enemies are shit. Plus the Killjoy is playing B. I'll take my chances on A one more time before we change the pattern. As a team, I sell a sentinel. Should I lurk or follow the teammates if they hit one site? 90% of times you should follow your teammates. And only 10% of times lurk and play alone. Once you get some kind of an info for the lurk and flank, you know. How fast are the enemies rotating, where are they playing, which utility they use, etc, etc. When you're going through the beam and area of the map of Pearl, always deploy this smoke here for your teammates if you already have 2 smokes. Just so we can safely, you know, take this beam in space and screens and scale out. When you push in the beam area of the map, this is the main pathing that you should follow.
Blocking sight. Dropping smokes.
Clear these 2 angles every single time. You kill the enemies from this position. Don't die from it as well. Like, the most diabolical shit that you can do, like, on both attackers and defender side in Valorant, is you die from the same play that you do. That's absolutely diabolical. Like, you not expecting something that you do to punish the enemies. Pretty interesting execute, I'm not gonna lie. But here, you should have slowed down a bit. Like, there was... Like, I don't know why during the executes you're running it down so much. Relax a bit. You know? Is someone holding the gun in your head? At your head? On your head? On. And telling you to go? Wait a bit. Wait for your teammates to come a bit closer. Yes, we have both smokes down. But wait for someone from your team to, you know, come into this smoke and then go for the execute. Like, the perfect moment of time for you to execute the sites with Jett is when both of the smokes are down and you have one teammate that is already in the enemy smoke and he is ready to go out during your execute. Once again, I don't know why we are wasting both of our smokes for this execute. Like, literally, if you want to go elbow, all you need to do is this. Smoke this, flick left and right. Based on that info, you can maybe take these fights, clear this position, and then from this spot, you just fight with your teammates and take the full elbow control together with the allies. What is very dangerous here? Very dangerous here is that you didn't flick left and right. You never do this. You need to start doing this. Go in a custom server and for like 20 minutes every day, practice getting the information on all of these positions. That gives you the info where you want to fight. Do you want to support your teammates from behind or go forward? And also give the info for your teammates as well. Second dangerous thing, not clearing this angle. How do you know someone is not there? Check it. Check this off angle, jump spot the enemies in elbow, and then wait for your teammates and fight together with them. On B Pro, should I smoke Heaven and CT or Heaven and Link? It really depends, you know, on the economy and which round you're playing. The most important smoke is this smoke. Like, to cover the tower and to create a one-way for this angle here. The second smoke should most of the times be the one-way for the CT or a regular smoke for the CT. Most of the times. But there's also different variations where in some rounds it's okay to do this type of a smoke to cover both elbow and CT as well. In some eco rounds, halberd rounds. And depending on how much info you have, this smoke is also fine if you think that all of the enemies are in the B-link. But a default setup should be like, you know, tower and CT smoke.
Hold on.
What you did here is an absolute Sudoku. As I already mentioned. Like, both of these executes that you're doing on the A side and B side are safe executes for Jett. Like, once you do this, once you take this position, you don't need to scale out forward anymore. If the numbers are equal, enemies are not pressuring you with their utility, and the economy, you're playing a full buy round. Relax, chill. From this position, we want to take the fights together with our teammates and play on a refrag potential. You don't need to extend anymore. Same as on the A side. You just get into this spot. You reveal enemies right and left. And now you just chill. Wait for your teammates to come. And then together with your teammates, come. And then together with your teammates, we take all of these fights.
Hold on.
Like when you die like this alone, without any refrag, you know, it's just a stupid solo death. Look at the minimap right now. Like if you just stayed at the beginning of the elbow, you would have been able to kill the Fade. Then we can kill the Killjoy together with our teammates, and we play a 5v3 post plant. And you're alive, which is very important in ranked solo queue. Instead of spectating your teammates how they're losing the round for you. Yes, sorry, chat, I have a coaching session right now, but we need to finish this VOD review. Now listen, as I already mentioned, in these lower elos, as long as the 5-man executes are working, and you're ending up on the bomb site with an equal numbers or numbers advantage, you're planting the spike. Just go for it. It's easier to fix the post plants and what we do after we take the site, rather than fixing the actual executes and team play at the, at the start of the rounds. Here, it's totally fine to run it down on A set again.
سيف.
أنا بلعبها في ما فلست ألعبها.
Listen, whenever you're taking the mid control, it really doesn't matter, what is the economy and which weapon you have. Always, when you're going from the window, make one footstep like this, walk into this position, and from this position, you're taking the fights with the enemies. Especially if you have a classic pistol or some kind of a close-range weapon. You cannot take this fight and this fight against a Vandal, Phantom, Operator, Outlaw. The list goes on. You need to come a bit closer. Come. Now, when you're scaling through some area of the map, always ask yourself, are you visible to the enemies? And how much you're overexposed. Like, pay attention on the angle perception advantage problem. Like here, for an example. As you were doing this, enemies that are holding you from the doors can actually see your shoulder and tip of the gun there, if they're holding this type of an angle. If you already want to come closer to the doors, hug this, I don't know, slide, and do this. And then swing out and start clearing the angles. Listen, so if with the close range weapons, if you want to take the Beeling control, drop this type of a smoke, because while you were doing this, an enemy could have been there peeking you and killing you. Like, curve the smoke, Then we can dash in and start triple shotting the enemies. Absolute cinematography. Absolute. I need to watch this again. The funny thing is, like, the smokes actually cover the Fade reveal as well. Now, my guy turned from 11s to 10s in one round. Respectable. Now, is it okay that you took this fight with a Clove? Yeah, fine. It's an eco round, sure. Like, why not? why not? In equal rounds, you can play a bit more like a kamikaze, take every opportunity that presents to you to get a kills. Sure, fine. Maybe I would have taken this fight with a classic triple shot because we know that, you know, Clove is very close and we can delete her instead of the Guardian. But, good kill. Now you see, like, this is where the problem of you wasting the smokes actually comes, you know? Like, right now, if we didn't waste 2 of our smokes for that entrance into connector, we would actually have a smoke to, you know, aggress the enemies with a judge. And I don't know why did you even take a judge. You should have played with a Guardian, because now we have one problem. We're pushing the A site through an off-road. You know, we're pushing an A site through the alternative area of the map. So our main focus needs to be clearing the A main area of the map, and then we can actually focus on the site. Not a bad decision. Like right now, I don't know. I don't know where is the Gecko. Like we know that Killjoy is probably B. You know, Killjoy was always the B player. We know that Jett is here. The problem is the Gecko. I don't know if Gecko is aiming, dugout. Where the fuck is that guy? But your best kill potential right now is definitely to get close to this angle. Just isolate this fight, and you're probably gonna send a few enemies to the grave. Okay, listen. If you did, like, there is no reason for you to engage this Jett. She doesn't have a Molotov. She doesn't have any ability to clear you out of this position. You can just chill, relax, and wait. Even though she saw you, she cannot run you down. You don't need, like, taking a bad fight. It's always a bad fight. Relax a bit, you know. Reassess your options. Also, if you want to take a fight like this with a shotgun, you always need to risk doing one bunny hop to close the gap with the enemies. Like, basically, you need to risk doing something like this, essentially. Because on this range with the judge, I mean, God help you get a kill. You can still get a kill if you don't spam the bullets. If you make sure that the crosshair is exactly on the Jett's body and you go for semi-automatic fire. If you just spam the bullets and the spread becomes like this, and you're not even trying to aim exactly at her body, this is gonna happen. You're gonna deal 30 damage. Behave towards Judge as a semi-automatic weapon, not as an automatic weapon. Pretty simple. Anyways, I don't know why you traded the Guardian for a Judge. Like, when you're pushing into an open area of the map without the smokes, and you can fight enemies in both long range, close range, and medium range. Guardian was far better option. You don't need this orb. You already have a Vandal. Don't waste your time on the orb! Anyways, what is the best economy management right now? You get a heavy shield, Shorty, Bandit, Stinger, or Bucky. We can pick up the orb, and we play the ultimate in this round. And you have a guaranteed one more ultimate for the rest of this match. Maybe even 2, if the game becomes closer. Your ultimate is a free weapon. Free 4,700 credits. Because it's equally powerful as fucking Operator. Especially in this elo where you can just literally go for... You can win a fight like this. Like, you don't need to aim. Spam the bullets at the body. You're gonna win a fight. Probably. But why do you buy a Vandal and Heavy Shield if you're gonna use the ultimate in this round? Listen, try to minimize the amount of time that you spend in the air. Even if you have the ultimate. Like, the more time you spend in the air, you're the easier target for the enemies and you're way too overexposed. Like, what would be a good idea here is if you maybe did a smoke there, and then use the updraft, kill the gecko, drop down, activate the dash ability, and then take a fight with the enemies. But anyways, like, as you were moving in, you should have activated the dash ability and done this. And now we can just focus on the enemies in the art. And that's it. Also, as soon as you kill this gecko, like as soon as you did this, you should have instantly dropped down and take this as a cover. And then from this position, clearing the art and taking the fights together with your teammates. Don't spend so much time in the air. The more air time, the higher the chances you're gonna die like a potato from multiple different angles. So many unnecessary deaths, so much wasted utility. Develop a structure in your gameplay. Follow the structure from the playbooks on my Discord server. Follow the structures from my coaching content. Don't just randomly do the shit. Like, every piece of utility, every step that you make needs to have some kind of a meaning. Not only the general meaning, but meaning to you as well. Like, ask yourself, why do I need to do 2 smokes here? Are these 2 smokes gonna help me in any way to isolate the better fights? For an example, do I need to use the ultimate when I already have a Vandal and Heavy Shield and are, you know, God knows for how long this game is gonna prolong, essentially. We can save the economy a bit and use the ultimate as a clutch tool or as an economy tool. Where can I see a guide or VOD of Chamber be coached? On my second YouTube channel, you have like 179 free VOD reviews that I've uploaded. And yeah, this one is the 179. And there's like a lot of Chamber VODs, to be honest. Like, I think I did like Chamber 13 videos, 13 VOD reviews. Well, I think I have a command, like, just a moment. Yeah, that's it. If something ain't broken, don't try to fix it. If you already see that enemies are not adapting based on your executes, on your patterns, on your pushing, just go A again. You know, the only round that we lost on the attack is the round on B. Go A again. Fuck it. And if you already want to go B, in this round it would be really good doing some kind of a fake. You know, telling maybe your Reyna and Gecko to fake the A push, while you, Chamber, and Clove slowly take the B side space. Because one thing that we noticed, and one thing that is very common in the low elos, is that players rotate really fast. Like, it is so easy to fake them. Please don't. Please check the angles. Please check the angles. Okay, we didn't die. You have one smoke. You have one smoke. And you use it to cover up the enemy Clove smoke that is already allowing you to smoke dash into the elbow. Respect!
Wait.
I love this turret here, bro. Turret is just been chilling, bro. Like turret is like, what the fuck is going on, man? What is this turret, bro? Like, you know what's funny in Valorant? Like people watch so many YouTubers, so many streamers. Like, they watch so many guides, so many gameplay clips, so many VOD reviews and coaching, and then a guy in a Platinum/Diamond lobby does this fucking turret, bro. Like, even if you're not a Killjoy main, like, you know, use your brain. Like, the turret has this type of a vision. Maybe I can maximize it a bit, you know, somehow. Crazy. Turret is a 6-man.
Wait.
Like, I don't know, like for example, you know, whenever I start playing any new game, Marvel Rivals, for example, as much as I watch, like, I don't know, gameplay clips and gameplay content, I'm consistently analyzing, like, you know, why did this player do this? Like, how can I replicate this in my games? Then, like, I watch a lot of CS2 esports. A lot. And as much as it is entertaining, and I watch it for that purpose, like, you just should naturally pick a few tips and tricks, you know? Like, you see a cool nade, cool molly setup, you see some cool off angle, like, at some point you need to start using your brain for the game that you're playing, like, and enjoying, and watching.
Sorry.
عندنا كده يجي يا رنا جت تقتل الكلام.
Also, by the way, this is the worst, absolutely worst, the worst position you can play on the Beast of Pearl. Like, I swear to God, it doesn't get worse than this. Being stuck in this fucking angle there. Like, just take this as a cover. Clear this position, jump spot enemies in elbow, and, you know, you take the fights one at a time, and you're not forced into some 1v1 or 1v2 fight like this. You can choose whether you want to fight, when you want to fight, and how you want to fight. If things ain't broken, there's no reason to fix it. Let's go A again. Spicta. Fuck the Spicta. Stinga. Stinga is better. Much better in these in the middle of the match. Fuck the Spectre is only good in a second anti-eco round.
تبي نفس اسمك؟
Missy Angel is even asking you, where do you want the smoke? And you're avoiding the Missy Angel. What type of human being are you? Okay, he's maybe married, like, probably married, like. So I respect it. I respect, you know, not talking to other women. Absolutely respectimus.
نكتر ولا وين؟
Jett side.
Very dangerous mongoose type of a clear and type of a entrance here at the doors. Like, you need to expect that, you know, when you're going through the doors, through the building here with the map, an enemy might be here. An enemy might be here. An enemy might be here. So you need to clear all of these angles and off angles carefully. Like, you know, if you're not ready for the execute, just wait here. And then when we get the smokes, you know, let's go. Clear it with the dash ability and let's start moving in.
كونكتر ولا وين؟
I need me a Missy Angel. Brother, that Duster is fried beyond saving, bro. Fried beyond saving. Like, somebody help this guy, bro. OnlyFans is not gonna help you, though.
Jett side.
Listen.
Jett side.
If you already take these angles and this space without dashing into the building immediately, like, you don't get a contact here with the enemies. Like, use the dash ability to take a fight then. You know, in that case, if enemies already gave you all of this space for free, use one smoke here, use a dash ability, maybe second smoke here, clear this angle, and now ba 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 ba. Okay, don't do that, but you get the point. Don't ba 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 ba. Take your time, aim, like, you know, like jiggle peek. But why do you need to dash here? You already cleared everything. You just put yourself in a very fucked up position where an enemy can kill you. From here, 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 and maybe the guy is playing literally in your face like this. You need more safety in your gameplay. Be safe, brother. Be safe, you know? Peace.
وين؟
Chat, he's getting close to 21 kills, huh?
عملتين أحس ما في.
But listen, if two or more of your teammates are forcing, usually the best idea is to force with them. You know, there's no reason for you to save your economy if we're gonna play an eco round next round anyways. Like,
ما عملتي.
if I have Sovar Breach and I want to do some info, what do I tell him to do? Because I have no idea what to scan or where scan. Because I scare most of the time and die if I don't know what scan to tell him. You know, that's why I always say that no matter which agent you main, you should always have the basic understanding and basic knowledge on every character in the game. Every. For an example, like, you know, if you don't have an idea where your breach should stun, or where your Sova should scan the enemies, just ask yourself, like, where were the enemies fucking you up the most in the previous rounds, and what is it that you like to do on a defender's side that can fuck up your play? You know? For an example, like, you really like to hide behind this boxy box. Tell the Sova at the start of the round, like, when I get here, please, can you do a dart? Can you do a dart there? Thank you very much. For an example. It's a stupid example, but you get the point.
إيه نحس ما في. Reveal, huh?
You should have bought in this round, because your teammates are buying as well, so saving money. Actually, they're not buying. Okay, we're playing a half buy. Listen, this economy, like, I don't know where do you see this. I swear to God, every player that I coach, like even sometimes Immortals, like, where do you see in the current meta and with the current guns in Valorant, how is it logical for you that you play around with a fucking light shield in Classic? I'm not mad at you, I'm just asking in general. How is that, like, how does the light shield with a Classic gives you any higher chances of getting the kill? If you already don't have money to buy a light shield with some good weapon, it's much more important for you that you have some kind of a weapon with which you can actually delete the enemies. Shorty to dash into their face and kill them. Bandit to maybe one-tap them and get some frags like Sheriff, Marshall, Bucky. You just waste 400 credits for nothing. Not you, but I mean you as well, but you get the point, like.
Reveal, huh?
Okay, only because of this Gecko Flash, I'm letting it slide how you're pushing through this area of the map. But in some of the previous rounds, it was, you know, like, pretty spooky, bro.
أرت واحد توقع.
Hallelujah. A perfect execute, almost. If he didn't waste the first smoke and if he actually flicked left and right to get the info. You see here, like, how that second smoke will be so useful for you to actually close the gap with the enemies at the backside and to have more options. Like, that second smoke would actually allow you to drop it here, and now you can just pop onto the enemies at the backside and close the gap with them and triple shot them. And how did the classic pistol with the light shield, how did the light shield give you any chances here of taking this kill? It didn't. But if you had a bandit, for an example, or a shorty, maybe, you know, maybe. Okay, on this range, shorty will not do shit, but you get the point. Okay, chat, Killjoy is actually evolving. Killjoy started using her brain and predicting the patterns. Quite unusual for this type of specimen in ranked solo queue.
وين طيب؟
But once again, let's go A. You know, Killjoy did evolve, and maybe she's thinking, you know, like, they're gonna go A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Chances that Killjoy now is on A is a bit lower. Anyways, that was not the problem. We were playing an eco round. You know, eco rounds literally don't matter. You lose an eco round, throw it in a bin, and forget about it.
اوكي يلا
That was a lot of trust in our gecko.
Here. Here.
Are you dashing away from the ghosts?
اوكي يلا
Once again, it's pretty dangerous how you peek through this area of the map. Like, you need to be a bit more methodical and clear these angles, you know, with the dash ability a bit better. Like, you know, clear this, check this. Now move out. Then, if you already wanted to do some kind of a smoke here, a much better idea was to drop a smoke there. So you cover these two angles. You cover two angles from which you can die, and you just hold one. This is already smoked. We don't need this smoke. And then, as you were going down, doing this type of a smoke would be 10 times better than this one. To cover this angle, so I can focus on this peak, clearing this angle, taking this cover, and scaling out with my teammates.
Here. Here.
Okay, Superman. Spider-Man, not interesting play. Interesting play, Spider-Man. It's okay. I don't know, like, I mean, Jett has the op there. It was a bit dangerous because one guy can be CT and our teammates are scaling out pretty slow. But, okay. Okay. It was okay round. Like, I mean, this part, when you started pushing through the building area of the map, like, the enemy Jett was here with the operator. She just fired a shot onto your teammates. I mean, based on her minimap location, you could have probably spammed this Jett, you know, through the smoke and get a kill like this. But this idea to updraft up and then to fall down, a bit risky, but, you know, you get the points for the style. That's for sure. Okay. Old Man Gamer. We are going to continue our talk through private messages. There's a lot of other stuff that I need to review for you, and I need to review the second tracker as well, and the other documents before I can make, you know, draw some conclusions. When it comes to the Jett, like, you just need to start becoming a bit more methodical. You know? Like, develop some kind of a structure in your gameplay. Like, ask yourself, like, if I use my dash ability here, what do I achieve with that dash ability? Will I take a fight? Will I be able to play with my teammates more? Will I reveal the enemies somewhere? Will I take some space? If you use a smoke, like, use it to cover up yourself or to cover the angles when you need to isolate the fights, when you need to scale up. You don't need to spam 2 smokes and use them immediately left and right. Most of the times, 1 smoke is more than enough for you to create some space, take some space, isolate the fights. Because when you waste, like, both smokes, like, every round, then you just limit yourself on pure gunfights. You know, if you end up in some 1v1, in 1v2, 1v3, you have nothing to take better fights. On the defender side, like, we already talked about, you know, what's really fucking you up the most. On the attacker side, like, just on every single map, you need to develop some kind of a priority list. So, first of all, when do I want to go in? When the smokes are down, when my teammates are ready to move in, and we can just scale out together. Number 2, if I get in this position, or this position, what is my next step? You know? Based on generally what I want to do on this map, and based on the current information that I have in that specific round on minimap and from the sounds. Because like things are way too random for you right now. Like you do this execute into the elbow and you just run it down. No, you do the execute into the elbow, clear these angles, and then you scale out together with your teammates. Like this is already enormous amount of pressure onto the enemy team. Enormous amount. Like you just unlocked 2 additional angles from which your team can kill the enemies. And enemies consistently need to think about these 2 angles. You just need to wait for the perfect moment of time to peek and fight with your teammates on their contact. You don't have to do more than that. Ultimate, you know, use it more as an economy tool. To save more money, to get more operators, more vandals, more phantoms. Like, in a full buy round, you should only use the ultimate, you know, if you already have a vandal, for an example. If you need to clutch up something. Like fighting 1v2, 1v3 is much easier with ultimate. But until that moment of time, you don't have to use it. You can just win the round with a vandal. If you're playing retakes with the operator, for example, okay, it's fine to use the ultimate instead of the operator. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna continue our talk through private messages. Anyways, for all of the other for you folks, that's it. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, join the Twitch streams. I'm streaming every single day for the last like month, and it's kind of draining me a bit, but you know, we need to keep the energy high, especially because we need to get the Radiant for 24th time as well. Yeah, we were 1 game away from Radiant, and now we need to suffer a bit, but yeah, it's normal. We grow, we learn, we live. XQC. Thank you for watching, and I'll, you know, Discord server for coaching. Right now, you have a giveaway for free coaching and Valorant points. Join the Discord server. There's a channel called Giveaway Raffles. Join that one. Get into, you know, like, giveaway. There's like maybe like 100 people. You have a very high chances. See ya next time.